Hello friends, let's start our today's video by solving these problems a little bit differently. Now, for the first problem, instead of multiplying 108 twice, we can use the identity x plus y whole squared equal to x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. That is, we can express 108 squared as 100 plus 8 whole squared. Now, from the identity, we can expand 100 plus 8 whole squared as 100 squared plus 2 multiplied by 100 multiplied by 8 plus 8 squared, which is nothing but 11,664. Here, this identity made our calculation easier. Now, what's an identity? An identity is an equation which is true for any value the variables take. That is, no matter what the values of x and y are, x plus y whole squared is always equal to x squared plus 2xy plus y squared. Now, in this identity, if we replace plus y by minus y, we get the identity for the square of difference of two numbers. That is, x minus y whole squared equal to x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. Let's solve the second problem now. Again, we can directly multiply 98 by 102, or we can use another identity. Do you know which identity I am talking about? Yes, x minus y into x plus y equal to x squared minus y squared. Now, how can I use this identity in solving this problem? So, in the product 98 multiplied by 102, we express 98 as 100 minus 2 and 102 as 100 plus 2. Thus, getting the values of x and y to be 100 and 2. Now, their multiplication is very easy from the identity. So, 100 minus 2 multiplied by 100 plus 2 will be equal to 100 squared minus 2 squared, which is nothing but 9,996. Now, here is the third problem. In this problem, none of these identities will work. But still, let's break the numbers 105 and 106. Let's express 105 as 100 plus 5 and 106 as 100 plus 6. Now we see that this expression is of the form x plus a multiplied by x plus b. If you remember, the product of x plus a and x plus b will result in x squared plus x multiplied by a plus b plus ab. So, this is another identity and can be used to solve this problem. So, 105 multiplied by 106 will be equal to 100 squared plus 100 multiplied by 5 plus 6 plus 5 into 6, which is nothing but 11,130. So, these are the four identities. Now, these identities, apart from helping in simplifying the calculations, will also help us in deriving further identities. So now, let's derive some more identities with the help of these identities. For the first identity, I am going to consider a plus b whole squared and add another variable inside the brackets. That is, a plus b plus c whole squared. To find what this expression results in, let's say a plus b is equal to k. So, a plus b plus c whole squared is equal to k plus c whole squared. Now, we know that k plus c whole squared is equal to k squared plus 2kc plus c squared from the first identity. Now, let's substitute the value of k back. That is, let's substitute k equal to a plus b in this expression. And doing so, we get a plus b plus c whole squared equal to a plus b whole squared plus 2 multiplied by a plus b multiplied by c plus c squared. Now, a plus b whole squared will be equal to a squared plus 2ab plus b squared, and 2 multiplied by a plus b multiplied by c will be equal to 2 multiplied by ac plus 2 multiplied by bc. Now, this expression looks all confusing, right? Not if we arrange it properly. So let me arrange it properly for you. First, let us take the squared terms, that is a squared, b squared and c squared. So, we get a squared plus b squared plus c squared. Then, the remaining terms in a cyclic order, that is, first let's take 2ab, then 2bc and finally 2ac. So, the expression a plus b plus c whole squared is nothing but a squared plus b squared plus c squared plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2ac. Now, let's move on to the next identity. Again, this time we will consider a plus b whole squared and we will replace 2 by 3. So, a plus b whole cubed. Now, we know that a plus b whole cubed is nothing but a plus b whole squared multiplied by a plus b. And we also know that a plus b whole squared is nothing but a squared plus 2ab plus b squared. So, a plus b whole cubed is nothing but a squared plus 2ab plus b squared multiplied by a plus b. Now, let's multiply these two expressions. A squared multiplied by a will be a cubed. 2ab multiplied by a will be 2a squared b. B squared multiplied by a will be b squared a. Now, a squared multiplied by b will be a squared b. 2ab multiplied by b will be 2ab squared. And finally, b squared multiplied by b will be b cubed. Now, adding the like terms, we finally get the identity as a plus b whole cubed equal to a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed. We can stop it here, or we can take 3ab common from the terms 3a squared b and 3ab squared. If we do so, we get a plus b whole cubed equal to a cubed plus b cubed plus 3ab multiplied by a plus b. So therefore, we get two identities which are same. That is, a plus b whole cubed equal to a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed, and a plus b whole cubed equal to a cubed plus b cubed plus 3ab into a plus b. Now, in this, if we replace b by minus b, we get the identities a minus b whole cubed equal to a cubed minus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared minus b cubed, and a minus b whole cubed equal to a cubed minus b cubed minus 3ab multiplied by a minus b. So, these are two more identities. Now, let's keep these identities aside and work on an expression. Consider this expression. I know this is a very lengthy expression, but trust me, in the simplified version, it will be very small. In fact, it will have only 4 terms. Take some time and try to simplify this expression. Are you done? Let's see what this expression results in. The first step is multiplying by using the distributive property. So, we have x squared plus y squared plus z squared minus xy minus yz minus zx multiplied by each of x, y and z. Now, let's expand each of them. When we multiply x and x squared plus y squared plus z squared minus xy minus yz minus zx, we get x cubed plus xy squared plus xz squared minus x squared y minus xyz minus zx squared. This time, let's multiply y and x squared plus y squared plus z squared minus xy minus yz minus zx. Doing so, we get x squared y plus y cubed plus yz squared minus xy squared minus y squared z minus xyz. Similarly, multiplying z and x squared plus y squared plus z squared minus xy minus yz minus zx, we get x squared z plus y squared z plus z cubed minus xyz minus yz squared minus z squared x. So, we are done with the multiplication process. It's time for addition. As we wrote each of the products one below the other, the addition will be very easy. As we can see, these 9 terms get cancelled and finally we are left with only 4 terms. So, this big expression has been reduced to x cubed plus y cubed plus z cubed minus 3xyz. So the entire product is nothing but a simple 4-term expression. So friends, that's all in this video. In our next video, we will see how the identities that we derived today will help us in solving the problems. Before we end our video, let's summarize what we have learned so far. An identity is an equation which is true for any value the variables take. A plus b plus c whole squared is equal to a squared plus b squared plus c squared plus 2ab plus 2bc plus 2c. A plus b whole cubed is equal to a cubed plus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared plus b cubed, which is again equal to a cubed plus b cubed plus 3ab multiplied by a plus b. A minus b whole cubed is equal to a cubed minus 3a squared b plus 3ab squared minus b cubed, which is nothing but a cubed minus b cubed minus 3ab multiplied by a minus b. The product of the expressions x plus y plus z and x squared plus y squared plus z squared minus xy minus yz minus zx is equal to x cubed plus y cubed plus z cubed minus 3xyz.